So I know a lot of the recent videos have been about the new summer season of anime and, I guess Bleach too. But I also want to take some time to talk about some shows from last season that I never got the chance to make a video on. Now, these are anime that I never reacted to on Patreon, or I probably never even mentioned in passing in a video. But believe it or not, I still watch anime for fun. I know it may be a foreign concept to some of you, but sitting down and watching an anime without worrying about making content or creating discourse or Twitter think pieces can actually be a pretty enjoyable experience. So I got two shows to talk about, and they're both very good in my opinion. One will be in this video, and I'll probably put the other one in a separate video because, you gotta spread those views out. That's the YouTuber strategy, I think. I don't know. Now, I already know some goofball is gonna comment below, "Wait, but Damian, why didn't you talk about this show? This show is better than any of the ones you mentioned." It's really not that deep. I just picked some random shows to talk about, that's all. The anime I want to talk about in this video is The Dangers in My Heart, a rom-com show based on the manga by Norio Sakurai. So there's a trend in anime that's, well, not exactly new, but it's especially prevalent in this day and age. And that's the trend of having loner boy with a strange quirk and an outgoing girl who also has a strange quirk fall in love. One of the biggest examples of this is My Dress Up Darling. Gojo is a tall, relatively good-looking dude, but he's a loner because he's embarrassed that he works with dolls or something. And Marion is outgoing and popular, but her quirk is that she's a weird otaku. Again, this is not a new dynamic, but it's a popular one because we all know the saying, opposites attract. Except the point of a lot of these stories is that although it may seem that two characters are in different worlds at first, they often have a lot more in common than meets the eye. It's all about becoming closer through your differences or some sentimental bullshit like that. But that's kind of the idea with The Dangers in My Heart. Here's the premise for those of y'all who haven't seen the show. The anime follows Kyotaro Ichikawa, an isolated Japanese middle school kid who's interested in things like true crime and murdering his classmates. Just quirky little things like that. The number one person in his class he wants to murder is the attractive and popular Ana Yamada. Her character trait is that she's tall and likes to eat. Just the ideal romantic partner, I guess. Through a bunch of rom-com happenstance, they end up growing closer together as they spend time in the library, get caught giving head in the science lab, and sending 2 a.m. you up texts to each other. It's very cute. Now, if you watch this channel, you probably heard me say this before, but originality usually isn't what makes shows like this good. As you can probably see, The Dangers in My Heart is not a new or novel premise. Like I mentioned before, it's a trend that's very well known in the anime and manga world. But what makes a show like this good is the execution. That's all that really matters, at least to me. It's hard to put into words exactly what makes the atmosphere of The Dangers in My Heart so serene and chill. I feel like if you looked up comfort anime in the dictionary, you'd find a picture of The Dangers in My Heart right next to K-On! And Made in Abyss. Alright, let me put it this way. Usually there are two main keys to success for a rom-com series that uses this format. Number one, believable chemistry between the two main leads. Number two, having as many cute as fuck moments as you can shove in. At first, it may seem like Ichikawa and Yamada's relationship is forced, right? You know the typical rom-com setup, right? What would this popular hot girl ever find attractive about a guy who probably watches the Saw films before he goes to bed? But The Dangers in My Heart is a bit more subtle than other romance stories in that the relationship between the two leads grows out of the smallest moments. It's these mundane, everyday interactions that they have that allow Ichikawa and Yamada to slowly learn more and more about each other. I want to call it a slow burn show, but that's not really true. Also, people get turned off when they hear that because, attention spans are short these days. So yes, of course, Ichikawa and Yamada are incredible to watch together on screen. That's the draw of shows like this, right? People spend all day watching those clips and compilation videos on YouTube for like Gojo and Marin cute moments or Nagatoro and her senpai. It's the same idea here with The Dangers in My Heart. And that ties into the second key for success, right? I've already seen people making edits of cute moments from the show. And that, y'all, is a sign of success for a show like this. Because the whole point of watching a fluffy rom-com is for the fluff, right? You want to feel your cold, dead heart beat for a single second and live vicariously through the innocent love of these cartoon Japanese teenagers. One of my favorites of these cute as fuck scenes is where Ichikawa and Yamada are on a sort of date at a cafe. Yamada asks Ichikawa to take some pictures of her, and Ichikawa assumes it's for her to put on the gram, because that's what these Gen Z kids do. However, Yamada just had him take her pictures so that she could send it right back to him for the memories. And then she does this.
実物も
The whole show is one moment like this after another, just little by little watching these two grow closer together and learn more about one another. Again, this is not a novel concept. This is like the standard playbook for a show like this. It allows you to keep your series going for 200 chapters because like a dozen moments like this can happen in a day, and so 200 chapters would only cover like a week in the manga's time. Then you don't need to worry about people complaining about lack of progress because it's like, hey, they've only known each other for like a month, right? Like look, I'll even spoil it for y'all right here. Ishikawa and Yamada do not get together at the end of the first season. I know, it's a shocker. The romantic tension is already there. It's very clear that these two are attracted to each other. They're already holding hands, going on dates, and texting each other before bed. But hey, calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend is a little too far. This is a Christian anime, of course. But that's the crazy thing though. It's similar to My Dress Up Darling in that the moments between these two characters feel so real and so intimate that the satisfaction is already there without the need for a confession. Because look, in real life, somebody would have made some kind of move by now, no matter how awkward or weird you are. But this is fiction and you're presenting a story, so those kind of logical steps have to take a back seat so that the main point of your manga or anime can shine. And like I said, that main point is being cute as fuck. Not that stories about established couples can't be cute, but in my opinion, that's a whole different beast to tackle. And from what I hear, spoilers, they do end up getting together in the manga relatively quickly, or at least quick for a story like this. I mean, this ain't no Nisekoi or Rent-A-Girlfriend. Anyway, The Dangers in My Heart was really good. I want to start reading the manga, but season 2 was already announced, so I might just wait for that instead. I just wanted to talk about the series with y'all since I know it was pretty well received in the anime community and people have been asking me for my opinion on it for a while now. So that's my opinion. It's really good. You should watch it. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Also consider donating to my Patreon because I have full-length, uncut reactions to a lot of currently airing anime on there. Not this one, obviously, but I got Bleach reactions on there. Isn't that kind of cool? Also, if you're in the $15 tier, you can request something for me to watch. I wouldn't recommend requesting an anime because it's unlikely that I haven't seen it, but you can request other shows or YouTube videos or whatever. Otherwise, thanks for watching. That's the video. Peace.